and we're waiting for it to start, and we're waiting for it to start. We're waiting, but it's probably already started.
Yeah, it says live.
I think we're live. Let's just assume we're live now, guys.
Okay. Hi guys.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm less sleepy than you, I'm going to presume.
Yeah,
Chelsea, when was the last time you slept?
like for a long period of time. For right now. Sorry, I'm going cross-eyed. I was up at 5:30 this morning.
And now it's 5:45.
And now it's 9:42.
I'm sorry.
So it's been a long day.
I've been working on babies all day. Yes. It's okay though. I'm so happy to see you guys, and
You always make the day better.
yeah. Should we
We had this idea where we were going to start doing our lives pre-recorded. That way we have more time and space in our lives and less stress with the hateful comments. And we tried that a few minutes ago, and it lasted about 6 minutes before I got a text from mine and Chelsea's very dear friend, and she had some very terrible news.
She's also one of the people that normally moderate our live chats. So
she's a part of our team. So it's a little bit hard to be cheery right now.
Yes. So we're sending lots of love her way, and yeah.
Anything you can. It's hard. It's hard. I can't imagine.
She's going through some tough, very tough stuff.
But we still wanted to put this out for you guys.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what were we originally going to talk about?
Yeah,
I know.
forget what we were going to talk about. I think it was like
doing what you love,
Yeah.
even when people think it's stupid. I almost would rather brainstorm kind things to do for our friend, because she does so much good stuff for the community.
Cool.
Yeah, she sent me this thank you card today, and she sent me a thank you card and then listed out individually the people in my family and the thank yous to them. And I went to each one in the family, and it made even Josh smile. So you know that's saying something. So she's the kindest, sweetest, most thoughtful person, and
she sends lots of stuff to you guys, doesn't she? Like she'll just send you guys
Like cards,
yeah,
sweet
like
little
stuff like
things.
that.
Yeah.
she's very thoughtful. It's like, friendships are so I'm really tired, so my filter is like there's no filter. So I keep saying you need to stop. You probably shouldn't say that. But my friendships that I have online, I feel are more genuine sometimes, and I don't know why that is. Maybe when you're like close to people in real life, like you take it for granted, maybe.
I don't think that's because I think when you're close to the people, like the people who live near you, you didn't pick them. You just moved near them.
Yeah.
The people online, they're the people you picked, and they're your family.
I think another thing is people that are around you and stuff like that, for the most part, a lot of the time, if you're interacting with them, it's you going over to their place or they're coming over to your place, and that's your interaction, or seeing them at work or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas people that you're friends with online, you're usually communicating.
You almost see their soul too. More.
All day. Yeah, you're talking to them all the time.
And you have something in common with them too.
Yeah.
Like I don't have anybody in real life that has much in common with me, besides proximity and just the fact that, we love each other, or we love, or maybe that we're moms or whatever. But
I think that can
I don't have I wouldn't even consider you a doll friend. Is that weird?
No, I don't consider you a doll friend. You're just my best friend.
We don't ever talk about dolls.
Both of you guys are humans. Neither one of you are dolls, right?
No, I just mean I have Amanda and I can talk for hours about doll kits, and I love that. She's my doll kit friend, and we'll just talk about kits, and I love that. And but she's the only one that I do that with, because I don't want to. It's
You can do it with me. I just Google them if I have to. The rest of the time, I just pretend.
I would rather talk to you about your about vacations and
Favorite colors? You guys, I feel like this podcast is going to be longer than normal just because it's kind of the end of the day for us, and Chelsea's past the end of the day. So all of your sentences are
Chelsea's actually asleep.
Oh, it can't be that long. My aunt said she's going to call me. Do we want her on the podcast?
I heard that you're busy. You're filming a very important podcast.
We'll just talk to her in the middle of it.
She'll be like, okay, I'm going to take the dogs this day.
My brother called me during our live last week, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I was recording my podcast. He's like, oh, okay. I was like, yes, I'm very important. You should totally check it out. It's just me laughing most of the time.
It's like we've almost
he's getting married this week, by the way.
That's great.
So that's exciting. He's getting married. He's getting married on Thursday in Hawaii.
Congratulations to him. That I'm
Did you say in Hawaii?
In Hawaii. They live in Hawaii. Yeah.
Oh, I miss that.
No.
So they live in Oahu.
Yeah.
Yep, that's where we lived.
I think you told me where I lived.
No, and I went to visit, and I was probably there when y'all were there before I even knew you.
Oh my gosh.
I think you told me the year, and I think I was there.
Did you realize that you were there at the same time? Did you get mad and flip the table like
we just walked past each other. Oh, that was
and high five. Cool. You guys just happened to high five. Right?
But he's getting married, and I can't be there, which is very sad. But I love his fiance, and they have 2 children together. They're the redhead, the ones that I always show you, and she's wonderful. And I always wanted a sister, and I'm really excited for them. So
good.
Getting married on a Thursday in Hawaii.
That's not a bad life.
Any day is a good day to get married in Hawaii.
Right?
That's true.
He was I remember talking to him about Hawaii and coming to visit him. He's like, well, every day here is tourist season. And I was like, oh yeah, makes sense. There isn't a peak season.
No.
Florida had that. When I was out in Florida, I was out there near Destin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And
but when
nobody knew how to drive.
Nobody
was
especially if it rains. Just no.
Oh, if it rains, everything was a car crash.
Just people put on their hazards and they don't know what to do with themselves.
Wasn't that the closest Target to you was over in Destin?
No, it wasn't over in Destin. It was Fort Walton.
Oh.
But
we are driving to Tennessee for our little excursion in the beginning of June, and it's just all in the mountains. And I'm so excited. We're going to Dollywood, the water park, and then we're going to the Titanic museum. So
you think you're gonna have just fans lined up to meet you while you're out there?
Probably. I'll wear sunglasses.
Oh, that's probably for the best.
They won't recognize me.
Have Josh do crowd control. Be like, stand back, little girl. You're gonna have to take a ticket number.
It's been a long time since we've been anywhere, but it's been my dream to go to that museum, legitimately forever. So
I'm so glad you get to go. It sounds so cool.
I was been watching YouTube videos of it, and I'm so.
Is it like a replica of the Titanic? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So, from my understanding, there's a lot of ice touching, to see how cold it was, how cold the water was. I mean, they have a big ice cube in the entryway apparently. There's a lot of room replicas of first class and
that's awesome.
Third class, and then they have a night sky thing where there's the iceberg. I'm really excited about that. I'm such a dork. I know.
Is there a place
cool.
where you can go lean off the front of the boat?
I hope so.
The part where you can sit on a piece of driftwood and ice water and be like, I'm dying. I'm the
only one that's excited about this. Josh is like, I said, you can sit in the car. I don't care what you do. I'm going in here and it's going to be great. He said, don't ruin it for me. I'm doing everything. And
I think it sounds amazing.
I'm going to sit in the lifeboat. I'm going to film myself.
I was going to say, I can see it now. You're like, Josh, look. It's an iceberg! It's an iceberg! He's like, that's good. That's good.
I don't even think he's ever seen the movie.
I've never even
Well, that's
seen
good.
the
You
movie,
can
and I'm excited.
You can
You've
reenact.
never seen the movie?
No.
Oh, I just
Well, I
did.
mean, I did when I
It's
was
about
little, when my
Bo.
mom first watched it. And I remember this part clearly. I guess they were kissing. And I'm only 3 or 4 and didn't know about boundaries.
You saw kissing?
So I tried to kiss my mom like that.
Oh, that's adorable.
She didn't think
Wait,
so.
did you say adorable or horrible? 'Cause
That's
it's kind of both.
adorable. I saw the movie and it changed my life. I'm not joking. Like it just like wrecked my soul. Like I was just so at the moment of my life. Like I think I was in junior high, and I was obsessed. I saw the movie so many times, and I saw it so many times, you guys. And my brother got it bootlegged in New York, and he sent it to me, and I was the coolest person ever because people could come to my house and watch Titanic on VHS. You guys,
That's crazy.
seriously, it was the coolest thing ever. And then that actually made me love my brother because he just became the coolest person ever.
Why didn't you just buy it on Amazon Prime though?
It was a long time ago. So I watched Titanic on VHS, and everyone in high school like knew, like they always like put Titanic and me together. Pretty
Aww.
funny. I was obsessed. So, but the thing that you don't know is I was obsessed with Titanic before the movie. Like I was one of those kids that like randomly just
Yeah.
my parents bought me books about it and stuff. I just was very interested in it. It really freaks me out.
I think I have books about it too. I was that kid too.
Did you read them?
I did read them. I always read. Me and my friend used to play with our American Girl dolls like Titanic,
Oh,
which is weird.
Wait,
and
what did you
drown
cute.
them.
Our American Girl dolls they'd board the Titanic, they'd ride for a few days, and then they'd have to escape.
Yeah, but
And they died.
came back
And
to
they
New York.
drowned.
you just said Titanic. That was my point. I was just checking to see, like, have I never heard her say Titanic before? But I guess it was just a little goof there. Titanic.
Well,
I don't say very many words right.
Well,
I'm
I
going
say
to take pictures and video for you guys, and I'm going mostly for me to look back on and relive.
right. But you can just say there for us, so you don't look
Yeah.
scared.
Oh,
Everybody
when you get
will be
on
like-
the boat, do you watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw like the one when they do the Titanic experience.
yeah.
Okay. So,
Are you gonna take like stuff back with you, like take a door off?
so when you get on the ship, they give you like a passenger, like they give you like a ticket that says like the name of like who you are, and then you find out if you died at the end.
Boy.
Oh my gosh. I'm really excited.
So hopefully whenever you go to a gift shop, you can get stuff like that, like buy a door from the Titanic and buy buy a torn up life preserver from the Titanic.
I think I saw something on TikTok. They put 15,000 mugs of beer on there. Mugs is the wrong thing, but
Bottles.
probably.
You can buy 15,000 bottles of beer from the Titanic gift shop.
Anyway, it's going to be a day to remember, friends.
Yes, I
For
can.
me.
Whenever you guys leave, do you think there's going to be a person hanging on the bottom of your car from like Rick and Morty?
Probably. I hope so. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Do you guys have any vacations or anything coming up?
We're going to Disney.
That's fun.
I know. I'm just in a sad mood. I have feelings.
How long are you guys going for?
It's like a weekish.
I can count.
You're going for a week?
I think it's for a week.
Well, we're not going to be in our house for a week. We're not going to be in the parks for a week.
Yeah, because we have to drive the dogs one direction, right?
Then drive the other.
And we're right here. Okay. The dogs go over here, and then Disney is over here. So we have to drop the dogs off at here. This is where the dogs are, and then we have to drive back past where we were to get to the Disney park.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, you in the front.
Okay. Because I watched the H3 thing, tell me about the food situation.
Oh, it seems really crappy.
$80 for that popcorn?
What? No, that's not right.
The Cinderella,
It might have been. Oh, I want that bucket so much.
$80.
She said
It's so
for
pretty.
one. That can't be right. For one of
Maybe it
them.
was for 2.
Well, it depends. Did she buy the Cinderella bucket or is it like a special bucket she bought on eBay?
It
No,
like
it was the
special
Cinderella bucket. It was
Normally you can buy like special buckets. Normally they're like $20.
I know, and I really want the
So I
Okay.
wonder if they
Cinderella
bought 4 of them.
maybe.
Because normally the buckets are $20, right?
Right. Okay. that
Buy
makes
like
sense.
they'll have special edition ones. Like one will look like Sully or something like that, and his head pops off. You know, like Sully's head does.
I'll
and
have
you
to
put
show you the
popcorn in it.
Cinderella one. It's like iridescent.
I've seen it.
It's, so
But is the food good or is it?
it's amazing.
The popcorn is the best popcorn in the world. First of all, the corn dogs are the best corn dogs in the world.
That was a very
So Disney World, the
bold
food is not
statement,
good.
Ethan.
Disney
Well,
World, the food
I know a lot about popcorn. I'm just saying. I don't know if Kiersten's told you, but I'm kind of
Okay.
a popcorn connoisseur.
I thought that I was. So those
why
might
have
be
you
fighting
never
words.
told me there's competition in the world?
I've never had Disney popcorn, so perhaps
amazing.
you may be correct.
Okay, so if you're a popcorn connoisseur, as you call
Yeah.
yourself, what is the best popcorn to you currently? Assuming you haven't had Disney.
Movie popcorn.
Oh, that's basic.
I'm really not. I was just saying that I was.
Say
Okay.
that hurt.
How about this for
I know
Disney?
he's like, oh, I just cringed.
What's the food at Disneyland we've had that we didn't like?
First of all, there's several different types of movie popcorn.
Oh my god.
Okay, like
I'm sorry.
different theaters taste different.
Okay.
What was your question? I'm sorry. I saw red there for a little bit.
What instead of saying what
IMAX.
we like to eat at Disneyland, what are foods we didn't like? Like that's
Okay.
easier.
All right, foods we didn't like. There was one time we went to a so there's this show there called Fantasmic, right?
Oh,
Where cool show. It's like on this water and there's like boats and colors
my
and these songs,
favorite.
people are singing and all that stuff. But we wanted to get front row seats. So the only way we could get front row seats is if we like comboed it with like some meal through a sit down restaurant. Because normally we don't do sit down restaurants because it takes too much time.
Mhm.
And normally the sit down
and
restaurants,
we eat so much popcorn. We're not hungry.
most of the time the sit down restaurants aren't as good. But
Mhm.
so we did that, and
I think we did. It was a 3-course meal, and the
Yeah.
only thing we liked was the corn appetizer.
yeah, the first they bring out these little bowl of like corn, so you can eat your corn, right? And then
It's like the
what
most
did-
basic thing. It's
What
probably
was
for a
the
toddler.
what was the meal?
I don't even remember. I know I hated
It
it.
was just bad. And the final thing was like this
It was beautiful,
super overly rich chocolate.
but it looked like Maleficent.
It looked
as a
like
dragon.
Maleficent as a dragon, right? But it was bad. It was bad. It was all bad.
And then I made you eat octopus at Disney. You didn't like that.
Was it Ursula?
No, it was just octopus. So the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in there, right? You go through the Blue Bayou, which you actually like
It's a
your
restaurant.
cart, the thing you're on goes through a restaurant. And if you go and eat at that fancy sit down restaurant, you can get what is it? What do we always
Calamari, which
no,
is
not calamari. What do we always get there?
oh jambalaya. We always eat jambalaya.
Which
Ooh,
is
I
good.
love jambalaya.
And then this calamari.
Which is squid.
Calamari.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
But it wasn't just
because it
squid.
had like these big giant suction cups on it. And,
well, calamari is fried squid, and that was just like sitting there looking like chicken tenders. And then they had a bunch of octopus tentacles
yeah,
sitting there, and
that
that's
was
what
it.
Ethan's afraid of.
Yes.
But I thought they're amazing.
it was just like, yeah, eat an octopus tentacle. With all
Was
the
it really chewy?
Yes.
I haven't met a fish I haven't liked.
I really so much did not want to like even touch this,
Yeah,
but I also didn't want to look like a wuss.
got
in
it.
front of my girlfriend.
Yeah.
So
I've
I
never
ate
tried
it.
octopus. I would do it.
I like it. I don't think there's a single fish thing I haven't liked though.
Do you like oysters?
Mhm.
I like oysters. The best oysters I've ever had though was in Las Vegas. The
Maine,
best food I've ever had was in Las Vegas.
the best food I've ever had, including seafood, is still in Maine.
In
what
Maine,
about
yeah.
what about my lobster I make?
Oh, you have to try the Maine lobster, like because it's fresh.
It's a
My
different
family
level.
pulls it out of the oven,
Yeah.
not out of the oven, the ocean. It makes it.
So that's
I
what
grew-
lobster was.
I grew up in New England, so I get it. Like we had lobster and really good seafood and stuff. I remember like leaving New England and having seafood, and I was like,
No.
Like in Pennsylvania or something? New England?
Massachusetts.
I'm trying to say
I was
something.
actually born in Pennsylvania, which is weird.
I was homeschooled. I can say stupid things if I want. I don't have to know stuff. I was homeschooled.
We started doing
Yeah.
we started doing 4th grade today. I told Jack that we need to do like one thing each day during the summer just to stay on track. So we're learning about Mesopotamia today. And I was like, oh boy. I was like, we can't skip this. I heard what Ethan said. We have to keep going.
Wait, what did I say?
Like, you miss a lot of the like social studies and stuff because your mom like usually taught stuff that she knew or like she enjoyed.
Yeah.
Neither Jack or I really enjoy Mesopotamia, but we're gonna power through it.
I never learned about.
Well, this is something I skipped
Mesopotamia.
in school because I was in a year-round school when I first got to Nevada. So for some reason, they just skipped this.
Does that have to do something with the number 3?
They skipped what?
Oh, they skipped over Mesopotamia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can say words. Look, Titanic.
Say the Titanic again. Titanic. It's tattoo. What is that from? Tattoo. Josh, what is that from? The tattoo. Bob's Burgers got it.
It's from Bob's Burgers?
Yeah, when he says, your tattoo.
I feel like this is a much nicer picture for a cover.
You do have some major Titanic books.
I do. I want to Samantha on it now.
I love that.
Did you guys know? Hold on. Wait, can you see my phone?
Kind of.
Okay, can you see it now?
No.
Okay, did you guys know that Mesopotamia is a historical region of Western Asia situated within the Tigris and Euphrates river system?
Oh, I wish I had known that. That was a question.
The Fertile Crescent. It occupies the area of present-day Iraq and Kuwait and parts of Iran, Syria, and Turkey. And that's the end of my knowledge of that, unless I click this link.
The thing is, though, is that do you know the likelihood that he's ever going to remember any of that is 0.
Just tell him, well, you know what? I'm going to remember it now because I went and lived there for a while.
It's actually pretty fascinating. A lot of the number system, the Mayan calendar, all that stuff came from. Yeah. Anyway, just letting you know, we started back to school.
Well, wait, let me know. I don't know these things.
You want to join homeschooling tomorrow?
I know. I can just see now there's going to be like a little desk, right? And I'm going to be way too big for it.
Jack would be so excited.
You're gonna be like, all right, everybody, pull out your notebooks. I'm like, oh crap! I forgot to bring my notebook. Can I borrow a piece of paper?
Kiersten,
do you have any backgrounds?
We're doing a scientific experiment too. We're leaving bread out to see how long it will take for mold to grow on it. And he's
I like that experiment.
Scientific notebook.
That's literally our house.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but
Kiersten's like, oh, look, there's food on the counter. I'll just push that onto the floor and shove it underneath the counter.
The dogs don't, you just eat it if it falls on the floor?
They do. I don't push things under the counter.
I was just making stuff up.
Leave them in the fridge to die.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you remember, you were living in Florida, like during the summer, it's like everything is just so moist.
Yeah, Hawaii. Yeah. I know it's not Florida, but we never had fresh fruit because it grew so much mold.
Hawaii isn't even close to
I know, but I never had fresh food because it was all moldy.
August in Georgia is.
No, yeah, that's one weird thing that I didn't expect living in Hawaii is you could never buy fruit there because.
I know my mom was always like, you need to eat fresh fruit and vegetables. And I was like, okay, you find them for me at the store. I can't.
I can't wait till your mom watches this.
I know. I'm going to
get. I paid someone like $40 from the climb a tree and get me a coconut in Hawaii. It was very expensive. I bought a papaya at like one of those like little convenience stores that sell a whole bunch of stuff. And it was the best papaya I've ever had in my life, but it was like $500.
If I knew you were gonna pay me $40 per
I don't know how much I paid, but it was a lot of money for him to climb a tree. I'm just saying.
I climb trees all the time.
I had
I think I could do this as a job.
I
And
had
just like
so
cut
many
the coconut
palm trees, like
open.
in the backyard. If we had known that's what Chelsea
We
wanted,
have palm trees in the back of this yard.
does it grow coconut?
Annoying.
I don't know. I could go check, I guess.
It was a really good trip, but it was so expensive. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just being there, like it was just mind blowing.
Did you
Yeah.
buy like the $10 jug of milk?
We went to the Walmart, you know, because they live there, so they, you know, we try not to do touristy stuff. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like they try to.
Oh, that sucks. Whenever
help me.
I had people come visit me, we did all the touristy stuff.
I just mean in terms of like buying stuff. So like
Oh.
we went to Walmart to get like the souvenirs instead of like
Yeah, that's
stuff.
yeah.
What did I do? Oh, we paddleboarded. That was fun. We
That's
did that. And my sister-in-law, almost, she was a wedding planner.
Mhm.
And so she took me to the Shirley Temple house, which was like insane. It's like right on the water. It has like 8 billion rooms and stuff. And we paddleboarded over and then got stuck in a riptide and almost died. And that was fun. So,
Almost
and all the
died.
people in their houses were like watching us, like just
course.
not be able to get out of the water. And she, my sister-in-law is like 5 feet. And then Allie was like 7. And she was like 12 weeks pregnant. We couldn't get out of the water. And I'm like, oh, well, this is great. We're going to live here now. I mean, it was insane. I mean, we weren't in that much water, but like I could not move. I've never been in that situation. And I was a lifeguard for many years. And I was like, this is how people die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
in a riptide once, and I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna die out here.
I guess I live.
I could not swim before I was stationed in Hawaii. I learned how to swim quick.
So
Yeah.
whenever you were stuck in your riptide and you had the inevitable doom of certain death, do you regret in that moment? Did you regret anything? Were you ever? Because for me, I was like, man, I really wish I would have ate more tacos. What about you?
Yeah, I really wanted that water ice or
Water?
the shaved ice.
Yeah, shave ice.
Oh yeah.
We call it water ice, but yeah, with the condensed milk on top, that's all I really wanted.
Oh my gosh. You know, so whew, they
Snow
sold
cap.
that. They sold that at the BX or no, the NEX, which is like basically the military exchange store for the Navy.
Mhm.
They had a little booth outside that would sell that, and it
That was
was
amazing.
amazing. 'cause you
I
could
would
get
take people there
any
instead
flavor.
of anywhere else.
Yeah.
And people here don't know about that. Like because we've got like shaved ice, and they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, you guys are missing a whole
What do
opportunity.
you call it? A
here.
snow cone.
Snow. Yeah, but jeez.
And then you're like,
and-
no, that's not what it is.
In the moment, I think I was frustrated just that. Well, because I couldn't get out of the water. Like
Right.
my child's here, and I felt responsible because I was legitimately I was standing. That was so frustrating. And I just thought, like, what do you do? So I went towards the rocks, and then I was like, oh good, I cut the back of my leg on the rocks. I'm like, oh great, now I'm bleeding in the water. That's great. Maybe a shark will show up. That's what
And then
that's what
you'll
went through
like
my
put
brain.
seaweed around it and ride it back to shore.
We were talking to my grandma about this yesterday, and what I told her I would do was I would just sit down and wait to be floated over to Maui.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Except I really don't like sharks, and that was freaking me out. Or like fish
I-
of anything that could bite
But the
me.
Titanic's fun, right?
No,
Oh,
I have a fear of that. Like that makes me
Oh.
feel very uncomfortable knowing that whole ship is at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, our reasons for liking this are
so
different.
are you scared of the ocean?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
I mean, I have a very healthy like fascination. I guess it's more like that. It feels very overwhelming to me to think about how big it is. I don't know if I can explain that correctly. It's not like a phobia or anything, but I think there is an actual name for it.
Yeah.
It really makes me very uncomfortable, and it makes me feel a certain type of way to think about how big that ship is and it just the bottom of the ocean.
You know what's even scarier is to think about how huge that ship is, but how minuscule it is to the size of the ocean.
Well, yeah. And I think another thing is like just the tragedy of it. It's just like I used to have dreams. I used to have dreams about sitting in the lifeboat watching the Titanic sink into the water. Like I used to have that dream on repeat. I think that's when I started asking, like, I'm sure I'd seen something and then I like had the dream about it, but like that freaks me out more than anything. Just the magnitude of like, ugh. Yeah. Anyway,
It'd be hard to watch.
You know what's the
and
most
just
Like the
freezing to
cover
death.
of this book, as I'm saying.
Yeah,
that.
right. Exactly. I think I was in that lifeboat right there.
Oh, you're the little girl who's watching with her dog.
Yes. And I remember looking at the book like because my parents got me a big book about it when I started talking about it, and like there was this little doll. I think they showed a photo of like a little porcelain doll that they had like, and that bothered me so much.
Yeah.
And I remember my parents being like, oh well no, women and children were saved. So like I appeased myself, be like, oh, there weren't any children that died. I'm like, that's not true though.
Yeah.
You know? That's crazy. Did you hear that they're trying to make a Titanic 2? Like, would you want to be on that voyage?
Yeah, why not? YOLO.
No,
I don't know.
no.
You know
I
what?
don't think my thoughts on this matter are safe for my life, because I would probably do a lot of things and not fear for my life like I should. So I'm very much, if I'm having fun, then I died having fun. It's okay.
Yeah. I don't really like freezing to death and drowning.
It's true.
I guess
You know,
I don't really like boats. Like okay, so like let me preface with this. Like I don't like being anywhere where I can't leave. Like I think it's like a PTSD type thing. Like I have to drive my own car there. I have to know, like you can't block me in. Like I have a very like weird thing about that. So I cannot be on a boat. Like that's not happening. I need to be able to go. I don't know. I'm just a very panicking like.
What if you had your own personal boat with a helicopter?
Maybe with a helicopter.
What if you were a billionaire, Chelsea? How about that?
I still feel like I would sit here and paint baby dolls.
What if you had a giant, huge yacht that had a smaller boat that you could escape on?
You know what's funny is Josh loves boats. He loves boats, but he doesn't like. I've never ever thought about like, hey, let's go on a boat. Like that never.
I have to bring this up since we're talking about oceans and stuff like that. Have you ever seen my tattoos before? Like the one
Your
on my arm?
tattoo? Let me see.
Well, it's kind of hard to see because it wraps around my arm, but it's that
the octopus you ate?
It's an octopus.
Yeah. He hates octopus, but he has.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really
I have a hammerhead on my shark, but I don't want to take my shirt off for everybody.
Yeah, this is a family. This is like TBS.
If we talk about
I love how this is a Reborn.
Boat, the big boat.
This is a Reborn YouTube channel. I don't think we've even mentioned that.
That's okay. Listen, Kiersten and I talked about this today. The text messages that you missed.
200 text messages that I just didn't have time to read.
We decided that we're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about.
That's a good plan. I like that plan.
And if we
later, I'll probably name this one. How do you say this word?
Yeah. Let's pronounce Titanic.
And if people don't want to watch it, they don't have to watch it. They can go.
I don't know why people don't get that. Like, if you don't want to watch it, if you don't want to look at my posts, if you don't want to be in my life, I'm not forcing you unless you're this guy. He has the matching rings with me, so he's stuck with me.
We should make merch that says Titanic.
Titanic.
It's pronounced
like Ethan like couldn't let it go. She's like, wait, what did you say?
That's not even how you pronounce it. It's Titanic.
No.
Titanic.
Titanic.
Well, I have to show you this picture. Do you know who Thanos is from Marvel?
Yes.
Okay. So Kiersten,
that's not even the right picture to show her.
It's a picture.
He's handsome in that one, but he's not adorable.
So Kiersten showed me this Instagram where they post like kawaii pictures of Thanos. So he's giant Thanos or something, but he's like kawaii. So I saw this one picture on Facebook and thought of it. But this is handsome Thanos.
It looks like a
I think
character.
Thanos. I don't know what the heck I'm
What are you
saying.
trying to hold it? Did you even see the picture?
That's
I
okay.
thought.
Okay.
Titanic. Titanos.
That's funny.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. Combine Titan. I can't talk.
I have a question about your Disney trip again. I'm sorry. I have lots of questions. Do you guys stay on the park or?
At Disney World, I want to because that'd be affordable at Disney World, but Disneyland.
What is the difference? I'm so sorry.
Oh, Disney World is the one in Florida, and then Disney is the one in California. So the one in California only has 3 hotels, and they're all like the cheapest rooms are like $500 a night.
Okay.
I can't afford that.
That's how you're going to describe them, is Disneyland's in California and Disney World's. There are so many differences, and let me start.
Okay.
Disneyland was the first park ever made, right? And then they made another park next to it, literally 5 steps away from that park, called California Adventure. So there's 2 parks
They didn't do that
within that
like
resort.
2001.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not giving the exact timeline here. Disney World is in Florida, Orlando, and it's 4 parks within this huge area. And they have how many water parks now?
2.
They have 2 water parks on top of the 4 other parks.
But they're the case where bigger is not better.
Not better, because in our opinion, and anybody who's logical, but because at Disneyland, the food's better at Disneyland, and you can just walk right back and forth between both parks all day. So it's basically like having a giant park.
Disneyland, so the castle park for Disneyland has like 40 rides within this small span, but Disney World's castle park has 16 rides. So even there's a huge difference of what you can do.
Yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger, but there's less stuff. So
I got it.
Also, Disney World is like it's more towards like
toddlers.
No, like worldwide.
Fathers?
I said toddlers.
It's more for like worldwide tourists, right? Like people coming from other countries, if they're going to go to World or Land, they're probably going to go to World because it's bigger.
Okay.
And a lot of the reason the food there isn't as good is because it's done very
quick. So they just have hamburgers and fries everywhere.
So it's like all greasy and I can tell you're so interested in all these details.
No, I am. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. All
so
right.
hotels, we usually stay the cheapest places we can find. So, dives that are scary. That's like a hobby.
Well, so Disneyland, it's all pretty condensed, right? So there are about 20 different hotels you can stay at that are all within a couple blocks of actually being inside of Disneyland. So it's a lot easier to get a hotel right off property.
And you can get a really crappy one for like $60. I just got one for $70.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's like a 10-minute walk into the park.
Right. You guys aren't going to spend your time there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. We maybe sleep there.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Disney World, though, I think that was the worst hotel we stayed at before my parents came and had us in their really nice, giant, 2-bedroom suite. But the one we stayed in before that one didn't even have blankets on the bed.
Oh my God.
So for Florida, I'm now I've been spoiled. I'm just going to stay on property for the rest of the time.
Yeah, the no blankets was interesting.
Yeah, we had to go to Walmart to buy blankets.
Something going on back there?
Out. Sorry. Huh?
What happened?
My cat was just ran in here like crazy.
Is it maybe the Alexa ghost?
Probably. I didn't turn it off, but my children aren't standing outside the door, so that's good.
Is that what it's like normally whenever you do the podcast? Is they're just all right outside the door?
Yes. They're sleeping, thankfully now. So, but yeah, no, that was crazy with people over here. Just okay. Okay. Gosh. Yeah, next time I'll just unplug it. That was insane. Well, I'm really excited for you guys, for real. I know how
excited for you.
You guys were supposed to go at the very beginning, right? In
We
that
were gonna
March.
get annual passes and just keep going all throughout
But
2020.
you were like, it was like the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I remember it coincided with.
Yeah. I think the only reason I didn't buy tickets was I started seeing stuff about COVID and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then I remember when you said it was shut down, and I was like, that's overreacting.
I remember. So I came out mid-March, and we were supposed to go there like the first week of April, right? I think.
Yeah.
The last week of March, either one, I don't remember.
My surgery was March, it was supposed to be March 16th. And I remember specifically, like, it was supposed to be close.
Yours was March
Because-
6th.
Yeah, it was supposed to be March 16th,
I was-
but it got canceled.
So I left on, that would have been a Monday, because I left on a Sunday. No. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, no, March 16th, I would have been just probably getting into Nevada.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you said that it was canceled, I was like, that's crazy. But I remember like this flash of like, oh gosh, I hope that doesn't mean anything else is going to be canceled.
Everything.
And then everything was canceled. Everything was canceled. There's such like, I have such PTSD about that entire year that when I see people talking about it, or like, you know, watching TV shows where they're talking about it, I'm like, I can't even do that. I can't even go back there. It was insane.
I remember whenever I got out here right as everything in the world was closing down, right?
So that made it at some level, like it was scary what was happening, but I was just like in the honeymoon phase of I finally get to live with my husband.
Exactly.
So it's a really weird memory.
I was so happy that y'all were together, because that could have really
It was so close to not happening.
Yeah, we would be having this conversation now and we'd be like, we're finally together.
Yeah, it was insane. But there was a lot of like, I think it was a learning experience for a lot of people during that time. Are you yawning, my friend?
No.
You tired?
No, wait.
Did you guys have dinner yet?
We ate a little bit, yeah.
We
Whereas
ate chicken tenders like grown-ups.
As I was like getting out of my uniform and putting my clothes on, Kiersten just had like little chicken tenders and was shoving them in my mouth.
Oh, that was so nice. What did I have for dinner? Oh, Josh made a homemade stromboli.
Oh, that's amazing.
Amazing, with like artichoke hearts and like pepperoni and roasted pepper. Oh, it's really good.
That's amazing.
And homemade marinara sauce. He's the best. I don't cook. I cannot cook to save my life. So
yeah,
if he's not here, I have cereal.
That's us too. Like I cook, and if I'm not here, Kiersten eats dried ramen.
The sad thing is,
I love dried ramen.
the sad thing is though, is I can cook. I just choose not to.
When what?
I know
You
how
can
to cook.
cook?
I know how to cook. I just don't like cooking, so I
You've
don't cook.
literally never cooked.
I know I don't like
believe
cooking,
it.
so I don't cook.
What can you cook?
My mom has a recipe. I'm good at everything in the recipe book.
Oh yeah. You're just like, there's a book with recipes in it. I know how to cook. Okay. I'm sure if I wanted to do this, I could do it.
Yeah.
I used to cook for my parents, and then I got married the first time, and I was like, you know what? I don't like doing this, and I stopped doing it.
Fair. Josh is just a better cook than me. He's better at a lot of like just baking, cooking. He's just better at it. He follows directions, whereas I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, I used to cook Daisy's
found-
dinners when she was a tiny little baby puppy. I used to cook her dinner every night, but she didn't care what I fed her, so that was different.
Yeah, you could cook her dried ramen.
And Gatorade
Yeah.
mixed together.
So yeah, you know how to cook. No, I think cooking is a lot more fun when you're kind of like, meh. You just like, let's see, cook that for like 15 minutes on 400. It should be fine. That's
Do you
good.
remember when you tried to cook crab on the grill and we almost burned the house down?
Okay, so first of all, I'm pretty sure it was all your fault.
Oh, okay.
Ellie is like a really, really good baker. Like she's very good at baking. And the thing is though, is that she's a perfectionist. So like if we bake cookies together, whereas I'm like, I'm doing a cup of whatever. She's like, no, Mom, no. And she like does like this, the slide thing. And she's so precise with the directions. And that's probably why everything always tastes better when she makes it. She says that I should go on Worst Cooks of America. She told me that.
Oh,
And she said I need to go on Nailed It. So
uh,
I'm pretty much like every person on Nailed It. I'm like, "Oh, beautiful.
what is nailed it?
Oh gosh, here, I'll just show you a picture.
You've never seen Nailed It on Netflix? You should watch it. It's really good.
Is it a?
So it's a baking show, but there's
It's like
crazy elaborate cakes and stuff, and they have the recipe, and then they have to try to do it. Yes, and you guys should watch it. It's funny.
Or this one. Oh my God, look at that.
Wasn't even close.
Lamby and Friends.
So they have a show where in basically the best of the worst win. So it's good. You guys should watch it.
So you said it was Nailed It. I assumed it was a construction show.
No. Not. Oh, what do you guys have going on for the rest of the week?
Planning Disney outfits this weekend. Since we're not doing a live, we're gonna go shopping and buy Disney outfits.
Nice.
That
didn't
means
tell Ethan
Kiersten's
yet.
gonna buy Disney outfits, and Ethan's gonna
Hold her
be
stuff.
like, yeah, I'll take a t-shirt and some maybe pants.
That'll be fun.
My favorite YouTuber is at Disneyland right now, and I'm watching her outfits and her kids' outfits, and I'm just jealous.
I'm not at Disney right now.
Oh, that's true. You're definitely
I'm
my
like
other
your
favorite
favorite
mom
YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Jeez.
I know, I suck.
One day I will go with you guys, and it'll be
Yes.
fun. I'm excited.
It will
Okay.
be, and we'll bring a doll, and we will scare people, and it'll be wonderful.
Then can you finally consider her your favorite YouTuber?
Of course.
Oh, speaking
Already
of dolls, do you want to talk about your very dangerous, horrible thing that you did on TikTok?
Oh yeah. So
Did something happen?
someone was kind enough to tell me that this video should earn me a few lawsuits.
What video? What is this video?
Last night when we got home from my hometown, I
How do you
had
come up with these things though? Like what was the conversation that happened?
well, I was gonna go upstairs and make a nice TikTok, and then I saw baby Ethan, and I was like, and then I looked up and saw the balcony. I was like, you know what? This would be good.
Look at her
I am
smile on her
serious.
face. The smile on her face.
I
Was
came up
so
with this one. I
genuine.
came up with a lawsuit worthy video.
And
Oh,
did they say Steve Irwin? What? Who said that they were my?
You guys want to explain what's going on, or just say?
Yeah, I don't
I
understand.
don't know if I want to talk about this like
Okay.
too much more, other than I made a video where we dropped a doll off a balcony and people were very, very unhappy with
Oh,
me.
is this? Oh, I get it. Okay, because of the crocodile stuff that he
I
did.
guess so.
Okay, because I thought they were saying that like you resembled them, and I was
No.
like, that's a lot. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
talking
just
in a
one
weird
person
accent?
who
I didn't know.
that was just one person who said that, and I think
Oh.
they meant well.
It's a
I know
doll.
they definitely meant well. There were others who just flat out were like, I like money. I'm gonna sue you.
First of all, anybody who comments, "I'm going to sue you" on a TikTok probably does not.
Oh no,
make
that wasn't
enough-
TikTok. That was Instagram. TikTok
On-
people have been
Okay, on Instagram, anybody who comments, "I'm going to sue you" probably doesn't make enough money to actually sue you. I don't think they have any idea how much a lawsuit costs.
so it was like multiple people. One probably meant well, and others were probably just like, I'm poor, she's rich, sue.
You should. The Dear
Wait,
Ethan
rich?
will be great.
I'm not
Why
rich.
did you never tell me this?
I am not rich. But to them, being able to go on a Disney trip more than once in your life
Where are
and
you keeping
having
the money?
dolls.
Show me the money.
It's on the Titanic.
The Titanic, yeah.
I thought it was funny.
I did too. A lot of people did.
That being said, we need to step up our game and make more controversial ones.
Yeah. Because I made sure like in the caption it said doll, all the tags were about dolls. We said at the end, it's
Do
just
we,
a doll.
Do we want to tell her about the idea for the we were talking about afterwards with the Jeep? Me driving it?
No.
Okay.
I think that well, we can tell her we're not doing that one now. Like
No.
if people couldn't handle Na Sabenya.
I wouldn't be surprised though, like if TikTok's like takes it down.
I wouldn't either.
Because my TikTok got taken down with me putting Gorilla Glue inside your baby's head.
TikTok is very
inside the doll head. Like it obviously had
You put glue inside of a real life baby doll head?
And they're like, this goes against community guidelines. I'm like, okay, sure.
You know what? I just keep reminding myself that your video that did really big, you didn't get sued over it.
No.
So I won't get sued.
The doll head fell off.
So the video we were talking about doing, I think TikTok would not be happy with.
Or anybody.
Kiersten,
But wait, Kiersten, hold on 1 second. I also don't have comments on that video. Remember that.
That's true. And this was Instagram. I put it on Instagram. That's where everybody's mad. TikTok's like normal and people are like, haha, that's funny. Or some people are like, why do you play with dolls? Instagram is where things went wild and people were like, sue her, you suck.
Instagram is not a funny Reborn place.
Wait, I wouldn't be in the video. Am I the one that's mentally challenged? I hope so.
Oh, somebody asked, can I have him? So I commented, do you mean my doll or the husband?
Oh. Wait, I'm sorry, Ethan. I cut you off. What are you
Yeah,
saying?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so here's our idea. Kiersten would be holding her doll and she'd be going, la 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 la, walking in the street with my doll, and she'd be like, oh, look, something shiny. And then she just kind of lets it out, drops the doll out of her arms. And then it cuts to Ethan driving, I'm not actually driving it, but I'm sitting in my Jeep pretending to drive it going, oh no. And that's where it cuts. And
yeah, I don't feel like that would do well.
No, that would do well.
With people.
You know what? Jesus on TikTok liked our Lion King video though, so we're doing pretty good.
I used to do that with Jack, but I wouldn't drop him off the balcony. I would just.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, no. I used to have like visions of like going out into public and just like asking people if they would be in a TikTok with me where I like pretended to do something because I didn't actually want to scare people, but because a lot of those aren't real. They're not.
Yeah,
they're all just fake stuff. But
because I read about it.
Hold on, wait, Chelsea. So you're telling me that things you see on the internet aren't necessarily real?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think that's part of the reason why people are mad at me on Instagram because
Bye.
we had baby Ethan drop on a big pile of pillows, but I took the pillows away, so you didn't see that in the next clip.
We didn't put them
and then people saying like even with Al, like, oh, these dolls are expensive, and it's kind of like if you buy something, you can do whatever you want with it.
My friend, she used to put lotion on her reborns and people would flip their minds. They'd go insane over that. And one day she just told them, it's my doll. I paid this money for it. I can do what I want. It doesn't matter if I ruin it. I paid. Go live your life.
Right.
Yeah, there's this YouTuber and his whole thing is he buys really expensive trucks, like $100,000 trucks, and just completely destroys them.
Is that seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Good for him.
Yeah, and he's a total butthole about it, right? Like he does it on purpose just to make people angry. And there was this one video where somebody said that he was actually poor and all the money he had to buy all this stuff wasn't because of his millions of views he's getting on YouTube, but it's because of his daddy's money. And he does this video, like the whole video was just responding to the comment. He's like, oh, I can't believe you said I'm poor. That makes me so angry. He's like, all right, so I want to come to your house. So he gets in his like $80,000 Dodge Challenger, and he's like, oh, sorry about that. I parked this car in front of it. And he's like, he gets in like, this $120,000 truck. He's like, oh wait, no, I parked my forklift in front of that. Oh no, I parked. So and then at the end, he's like got one of those little electric big wheels, and he's like, oh, I parked that in front of.
It's funny. The thing that goes back to what we were talking about originally is like, do what makes you happy. I mean, for real, there's no right way to do anything, and I think I'm starting to learn that as I am getting older. Like,
yeah,
Like there isn't any, people are going to tell you like a bazillion ways to do things and how you should do it and if there's a right way. I used to think, this is tired Chelsea talking, but I used to think that there was like a particular right way to root a doll. Like, and I was so hung up on if I could just find the right hair, if I could just find the right needle, if I could just find the right thing, then I'll be able to do it. And it's like, no, there actually isn't a right way to do anything. There isn't a right way to paint a doll. There isn't a right way to weigh a doll. It's all preferences. It's all preferences. And it's like, we get in this community, the best part about it, including collectors, is like, there's room for everybody. And the reason why people are, who they are in the community is because they're different. And they don't look like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So once I just gave up on trying to like do it the right way, I enjoyed it so much more. So,
I wonder if someday there's going to be some person, I can't take myself seriously with these ears.
You're adorable.
I wonder if someday there's going to be somebody that like goes to, stop laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
Maybe I'm laughing at me. Somebody's going to make a doll and base it off of like, yours, right? Like, because you're talking about there's not a right way to do it. So I assume that you saw like another doll and you're like, oh, this must be the right way to do it. Because this
all the time.
Does
it I always am looking at, inspiring to be like, obviously. And, but when I stop doing that, that's usually when I get to just be Chelsea and not somebody else. And I would be honored if someone did that with me. But I know some people say like, oh, I wish one day I'll be as good as you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, do you have any idea how many hours and time and practice and everything that I've gone in to just try to, I don't even know. It's been a lot, but it's authentically me. And it's there isn't a right way to do it. It's just,
I get that.
Keep trying, there isn't a right way to collect dolls. There isn't a right way to play with them. There isn't a right way to, if you want to throw your dolls off cliffs, that you can absolutely do that. There's no right way. Life is too short, as marked by the way we started this podcast off today. It's too short to worry about what other people are thinking about you, because the right people will find you, right? They'll find it funny.
They'll find people that accept you wearing sparkly pink.
It's not fazed me one bit.
Disney ears.
There were people, when I first mentioned like my dad's adopting a doll, there were people who were saying some not nice words that they got blocked for saying, use your imagination here, about my dad.
Do they call him smelly?
Well, we'll go with that word.
A Titanic.
And now that he's done it, people are like, oh, that's so funny and so good. And I had a point, but that point went.
But it doesn't matter, because your dad wants to adopt a doll and make videos about it, and people will watch it or not watch it.
If he wants to strap it to his truck, that's his prerogative.
And
me and you would hope that he wouldn't, but
One thing he said whenever we saw him the other day is he's like, those dolls can be in extreme temperatures, right? And we're like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
They will melt.
He's got a microwave. He's got and then he's like, oh, I put it in a backpack and like throw it up in the storage area. And I'm like, it probably will be okay.
Maybe. It's gonna be just a pancake. Al the pancake.
I have melted many a dolls in my day. It's been sad, guys. Things I have learned, lessons I have learned about ovens and vinyl.
At this point, as much as I love Al, I keep reminding myself that I will probably end up with Saskia number 5. I absolutely love Al. I just also know my dad.
So whenever I get off work and we have this little chat where we talk about all things podcast related, and there's 200 messages, I don't always catch everything that goes on. And I was going to ask you guys, do we figure out what we were talking about doing with Chelsea's Patreon? Were we going to do that where they could have?
Oh, we should have mentioned that.
Should we? Is that a thing we want to do?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's going to be Kiersten being able. Kirsten's gonna be able to see her own live earlier. I'm just kidding. I have 5 people over there who
That's
I love
amazing.
dearly, and maybe more people will come over if they want to be able to see it earlier. That's fine, but if you want to,
People, go to Chelsea's Patreon. We'll tell people more often about
Yay.
this.
It's just I like having a space where I can talk to people and like post dolls that I have coming up, and I don't like to be very social on social media because it gives me a lot of anxiety. Did you see the comment that I had the other day?
Probably
I was
not.
a sugar mommy.
Oh my.
Like,
What?
I don't understand what is happening. Yeah.
No,
don't get
Instagram
it.
has gone off the rails. Like Instagram used to be my very normal space where I got used to what I was gonna get for comments. And now
Yeah.
it's off the rails.
Yeah, and I can't handle it. So anyway, Patreon is where I post photos of dolls I'm working on. I post videos. And like I don't think anybody. I don't know. You know what? I don't even care because I love having the outlet. I like having the space, and
I love your posts and I genuinely look forward to them and they make me happy.
well, I love that. Thank you, Kiersten.
I just forget to tell you because I read them at 5 a.m. and
And
I'm
you
like,
also already know everything anyway, and you've seen photos and stuff like that. But what are you guys watching?
I don't
have
know.
no Let's turn this off before we have to demonetize it.
That was quick. No, that's funny. Yeah, so we can post this early. We can advertise that. But yeah, so now if we do this regular, well, no, next week is Chenza.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll actually be doing the live.
Yeah.
And then the following is All My Plastic Children. And then going forward, when we have guests, we'll pre-record with them. Is that?
I think so.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that'll make them less nervous too.
I mean, I can always like go back and like see if they. I'm so excited
No.
that I don't want to like say anything else.
I don't
Do you know
think
what I mean? I'm like, just leave it.
it's kind of like talking to a celebrity.
Well, All My Plastic Children was on Tosh O. Did you guys know that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what?
Well, Tosh.0 used one of her photos with when she's sleeping and like all of her dolls are around her.
Yeah,
And they're like, when the Airbnb doesn't mention, whatever. It's pretty funny. Their pictures are awesome.
clever and silly and not care if people want to sue us.
Are you saying Ethan can finally start roasting people?
Okay, maybe not. Maybe we're not going to roast people. We can start Dear Ethan, but we won't say names or specifics.
Do you guys have any?
I think you just need to turn comments off.
Do you guys have any comments for Dear Ethan?
Comments?
Oh no, I turn off the comments sometimes and people just go to my messages
Yeah.
or my email.
Do you guys have any questions for Dear Ethan?
Baby says sad.
No, I'll think of some though. But we do need to think of questions for next week.
Yeah, we'll have to think of, Chelsea and I will have to think of serious questions, and I'm sure Ethan will be there to.
Be serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can look at her page and she's amazing. She's an amazing sculptor. Like
I
she
think
just
we shouldn't have Ethan look at anything she makes and then just let him ask whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, so what do you make again? Plant?
What's your
It's like-
favorite color?
You said they're called dolls?
Do you make like Barbies? Like what is that? Are they made of porcelain? How do you do that? How many times did I be at that doll show? People ask me if the dolls were porcelain. I'm like, that is weird. I've never seen a porcelain doll look like that.
Yeah. Or do I think they're plastic?
Oh yeah, these are my plastic dolls. Ooh. All right. Well,
Wait.
I know.
so okay. Also, another thing is that when we're gonna have merch. Yes.
Oh, I forgot to hit record, guys. Could you imagine?
I think Chelsea would literally kill you.
Did you just see my face?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I was joking. It was a joke.
My
Everybody.
anger is so at the surface right there.
I should have waited till the end.
Whew.
I'm
Okay.
checking.
Merch.
So merch, we're gonna have merch, and then
This is a worthy thing to check.
what did
I
you
Okay,
scared her
we
s-
are legit
I
live.
scared her so much. She was like, "Oh no, I have to check if we're actually live." It says live in the top left corner.
I
got it?
can't see that.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go head off into bed.
Have a wonderful
How long
night.
after you hit like log off? How long do you think you will actually be conscious?
Well, not long,
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
but I will be. I hopefully will sleep at least until 7. That would be nice.
Good.
Yeah. So it was lovely talking with you guys. It's nice to have. It's disorienting though, because I feel like it's very early in the morning for me, because this is usually where I'm sitting very early in the morning, being black, but it's like it's not.
It feels like it should be Sunday, but it's not.
It's not. But well, I'm glad that we were able to get through this. So, I mean, given how it started. So,
Yeah.
thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you, everybody who watched.